Hi, my name is Morgan. I'm the founder and CEO of Fountain. We are building an operating system for enterprise and financial institutions. And we're here to help organizations secure, manage, and automate any treasury risk and trading operations instantly. Crypto market have been growing aggressively, and this is mostly driven by institutions' adoption. And even though institutions have a lot of interest in crypto space, and there's a straightforward way to do so, via CeFi, TradFi still remain to be very challenging to do anything in DeFi and on-chain. And why is that? Well, this market operates on a 24-hour basis. It requires continuous human oversight and sophisticated monitoring system. It's a very, very volatile market. And so what that means is that you always need to have very robust mechanism in place to react to the market condition. Ecosystem hacks also happen all the time. What that also means is that you actually need to have very sophisticated safety guardrail in place that tailor to protocols and smart contract interaction. And lastly, it still remains to be a fairly complex and challenging process to interact with all things DeFi related. And this is the reason why that we have built out Fountain. So Fountain is an all-in-one platform that allows these organizations to manage and execute any kind of on-chain workflows in one place. We have created the first ever no-code workflow builder for the Web3 industry, for which that the user will be able to create condition states using if this then that kind of like statement, and then to be able to trigger one or multiple on-chain action. So let me bring up a demo. So this is a platform that a user will be able to manage all the accounts in one place with native multi-sig mechanism. And once users start to build workflow, they will be able to create workflows using different conditions and leveraging different kind of data source, on-chain data source or off-chain data source, pricing data, gas fee, balance, etc. And after that, users will be able to create tasks that range from basic swap bridges or any kind of smart contract interactions. When users submit a transaction, it goes through a multi-sig mechanism, submit transactions on-chain, and then users basically will be able to manage all the workflows in one place, and then being able to leverage the platform to be able to pause, unpause, and manage everything automatically. So current users are basically leveraging the transaction builder for 3 categories of use cases, everything ranging from treasury operations in the context of being able to do account rebalancing, portfolio management. You will be able to leverage on-chain data to track balance or price data to automatically swap or do account transfer. You can also use this platform to build any sort of like risk management workflow, such as being able to protect DPEG situation in the context of providing liquidity to stablecoin pairs. For instance, you can track once the stablecoin price starts to DPEG, it will automatically trigger actions to remove your liquidity position, convert the asset into alternative asset class, and then swap it into swap it into your cold storage. You can also leverage the platform to be able to automate any kind of on-chain trading strategy. This piece of software basically is a smart contract-based middleware layer. What that means is that there's zero downtime. Our users have absolute ownership over the smart contract. The native multi-sig mechanism allows our users to be able to leverage any kind of custodian services to be able to sign this transaction. Lastly, we have a native on-chain policy engine that allows our users to be able to enforce policy down to smart contract function level. And the ultimate goal of Fountain is such that this piece of smart contract will eventually evolve into a standalone protocol for which that we basically will be building different sort of like primitives that will be managed by this protocol. And then the ultimate vision is we basically will be able to enable organizations of any kind and any size to be able to customize operating system that basically will be able to manage any kind of on-chain transactions. I'm going to skip through, spent past 10 years of my career in enterprise B2B space as an engineer, founders, and investor, and we are currently in private beta, working with some of the largest hedge funds and market makers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Morgan. Now over to the judges for Q&A.
Thank you. What is the general feedback when you talk with different institutions or hedge funds about what they desire to do on-chain?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the most attractive use case at first is really around risk management. Because right now, it's actually really hard for them to be able to build a very, very robust risk management guardrail. And then so what we have provided them is they not only will be able to take on-chain data to be able to create a risk model, we also allow them to be able to leverage security alert data, such as data from Hypernative, to them being able to trigger a set of on-chain action. And with this kind of like safety guardrail in place, now they will be able to actually interact, like build slightly more complex kind of like trading strategy, will take risk in the more risky, let's say, liquidity pool in general. And then so our go-to-market essentially is allowing them to adopt the platform, building risk management workflow first and foremost because it's lower risk, and after that, basically gradually get them to onboard to use our platform to do trading strategy automation, which is much higher risk on their side.
What is the process and timeline look for integrating new protocols that, like, for some of the more, let's say, yield farming type use cases, you want to automate withdrawing in certain conditions? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, we basically have a module that essentially allows our users to basically just put in a smart contract address, and then you can like enter APIs yourself. We utilize our API to be able to interact with any smart contract. So it doesn't require us to do native integrations. However, right now, because we are very early, and then so we are providing a white glove service for any funds that we are interacting with. We basically go in and tell them that, hey, just tell us about your use case. You don't even need to learn how to use our transaction builder. We basically will set up all these workflows end to end for you. And then so over time, we basically will be able to complete a lot more of these like smaller modules and fill those gaps over time. And then so we basically will be able to onboard customer much faster.
Thank you. Also, does the smart contract architecture support using like Flashbot's RPC or any other kind of RPCs of the user's choice, or are you running your own potentially? Just curious how you actually send the transactions.
Yeah, so the way that we are basically automating the transaction automation, we are actually leveraging Gelato to be able to do batch transaction execution. And then so that's basically the start of this. But moving forward, what we're looking to do is we basically will be supporting multiple this sort of like intent-based or gelato-based kind of like system all in one place. You can think of it like a 1-inch solution, but specifically for this sort of like intent-based gelato kind of like protocol. And the user basically will be able to either have the choice to choose what service provider they want to use, or basically will automatically make that choice for them.
Got it. Another question on the risk management front. How complicated can you get really? Like, is there something where, you know, if you see a certain type of transaction in the mempool or recently confirmed that might interact with the protocol in a malicious way, you could proactively withdraw? Because I know, you know, some highly risk-oriented solutions are going down that route to try to avoid hacks and things like that. So curious what your angle is to build in that space, you know, now or in the future.
Yeah, so the transaction builder engine essentially is something that can literally build anything. And then so just like really depends on our customer's use case. We basically will build customized script for use case like what you mentioned. Right now, the use case that we're targeting is fairly high level. And then so you basically just either leveraging pricing data or data such as, hey, if I'm providing a liquidity to a liquidity pool, if I want to watch a situation such that if within an hour more than 20% of liquidity has left the pool, I want to automatically remove our position because maybe the liquidity pool is being drained. So that's what we are starting with right now.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.